I'm Kat.
And I'm Chris. And together we are letting you in on the plan. Lucifer, are you down with the plan?
He's down with the plan.
Are you down with the plan?
He's down with the plan.
I think he's down with the plan.
What's the plan?
What is the plan?
Okay, here's the plan.
Well, wait. I'm the kind of person who needs to know the brochure first before I buy into anything. So, what's the goal?
The goal is the dream.
Wow. What's the dream?
The dream is the boat. The dream is the life that we can live, that can make us be the best people that we actually are, be more humanitarian, be more artistic and creative and productive and happy.
All right.
Is that pie in the sky?
It's pie in the sky, which is weird for you because, wait, hold on, real quick. Let me make this easier for everybody else. There, that's better. So, I am usually the person who's like, pie in the sky. It's the best.
Why would pie be in the sky? You know what? That makes no sense. First of all, how would you get the pie in the sky?
No, it's gluten free.
And why would somebody want pie in the sky if you want to eat pie? You want to. Realistically, there's not going to be pie in the sky ever. There's never really going to be. So why hope for pie in the sky?
All right. So we didn't agree on the dream. In fact, I've been trying to chase that dream for more than 4 years. I got a yacht guy who's been like emailing me forever.
But
because I've been wanting to live on a boat. I think that we should live our lives on a boat free of like wage slavery and land and like, you know, artificial imaginary lines called borders. You know, that
and I'm like, you know what would also be amazing? Like unicorns and rainbows and puppies that never turn into like full-grown dogs, like our current dog.
Come here.
Who's kind of
come here.
Puppy because he's super cute.
Yeah, come here.
Lucifer, hi.
Okay. He will look like this forever.
Forever.
He is a puppy forever. Okay. That's enough.
Go now.
You can go.
Okay.
All right.
So,
but the dream now is specifically living on a catamaran. Like, you know, 35, 40 foot, 20 to 25 foot beam catamaran, but there was something that changed that made it so it seemed more possible to you.
So, I mean, really, his 4-year dream of living on a boat, I mean, I love my husband, but he's a dreamer and I am a realist and AKA pessimist. And I love that about him. I honestly do. I think that it balances my Debbie Downerness very well. And I keep him grounded. So it works, you know, it works well together. But so for that reason, until I saw a way to really live that kind of a life, which sounded freaking great, sounded too good to be true. I wanted it too much, so therefore it couldn't be true. But that was, you mentioned the idea of like living in an RV. Did we come up with it? I can't remember. I think it was a conversation.
I saw an RV on something on YouTube or something, and then I started thinking about how we could live. Oh no, it started with tiny houses. That's where it started. We started thinking about how we could. I saw we built a container home for my work, and we started talking about living in a tiny home and what that would be like for us, and then all of a sudden we saw the Montana.
I think it had to be the Montana, but.
And it changed.
Was it on the video that I saw the Montana?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, suddenly the idea of living in an RV
full time
seemed possible. And wait, why does that matter though? Who cares? Living in an RV?
Well, because we thought about it and we're like, man, we are spending so much of our income just on rent right now.
So much of our money goes to living in a beautiful place.
It's amazing. I love it out here. There's so much. In fact, you have a video. Actually, it's another Leave Today video, but it's starring Kat for the most part, talking about some of the wondrous places around here.
You know, and learning. Let's just say it's also a what not to do video. But
I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited. But wonderful out here. It's so wonderful that
and we don't really want to give that up for the short term, at least. I mean, we have a daughter who's going to high school right now.
She's actually in her
freshman year.
Freshman year. And we'd always known that when she graduates and starts moving on to college and things like that,
we wanted
to transition from being anchored to a single place and traveling.
But again, I just didn't know how that was going to happen yet.
Because we both work in as professionals,
right? And I'm a teacher. That's very grounded to one particular place. I mean,
my company is why we live where we live right now.
Yeah,
and it's.
Jay, thank you for.
Yeah, we love that. But at the same time, we want to start transitioning where we spend less of our time tethered to a desk and more of our time out in the world. So,
do you remember the man that we met when we were in Cozumel, and he was retired from the Navy?
Oh yeah.
And he was renting a house there.
And cigar bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it was $400 a month.
Oh, this was one of our...
To live in paradise.
During our honeymoon.
Honeymoon, right.
Yeah, we've met a lot of people, mostly, well, we've seen a lot of people online.
We feel like we know them.
We feel like we know them because we've been obsessively watching them. Those are people like, the Winds,
clearly.
The Technomadia.
SV Delos.
SV Delos.
Yeah.
Vagabond.
Less
Junk, More Journey.
Yes.
And several other ones like that.
Right.
And then, of course, reading tons of wonderful blogs.
Yes.
Like Vagabondish.
Yeah.
Right? Vagabondish?
Right. Exactly.
Oh, fantastic. But after we've done that, we realize that we have some big obstacles right now to deal with.
I mean, debt is the number one obstacle for most people, I think. To just kind of leaving everything behind.
And not a lot of the people even that we mentioned talk about being, your typical American with the debt.
No, they talk about like what it's like to purge their life, which is great. I mean, that's an important thing, and I've really enjoyed watching that, but I haven't seen someone really tell me how they went from having too low of a credit score or too much debt, which is why you have too low of a credit score.
Yeah.
Or to the next step, to the part where they can leave.
Yeah, if you don't own a home that you can just sell to
or a
pay
business,
for this, or like I had a restaurant or something like that. How do you move on to this life? And especially like again, if you're tethered to one spot.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we hope to show people through our journey.
Because we have some ideas and we're working on different avenues, and we're going to kind of document that and show you what we're doing so you can figure out what to do and what not to do and what works for you and what doesn't. Yeah,
we basically are professional amateurs
guinea
when it comes to this. Yeah,
we're your guinea pig.
We are amateur guinea pigs at that.
We're not even professional guinea pigs. We are amateur guinea pigs, but that's how you know it's real.
But we do love to travel. We love to write, and on top of that, we would love to have a place that has all of our research kind of pulled together.
Right. It keeps us honest, because we know we're going to continue working towards our dream, because we want to be able to continue to share that with people. So it'll keep us from getting too lazy about it, although I'm so ridiculously enthusiastic about it for the last several months. I don't know what to do with myself.
It's definitely pushing the dream. So anyway, we move into an RV.
Yep.
We save a whole bunch of what we're paying a month.
We cancel Christmas.
That's how we're kicking it. Actually, that was supposed to be the second video.
Right.
This was supposed to be the first video.
Right. It's just so complicated.
We had to let people know as soon as possible that we were canceling Christmas.
Well, really, we had to do it first because of our family. We wanted them to know. But
but we'll have links to that below. But on top of that, we are trying to do everything we can to change the way we spend and everything, to reduce stuff in our lives so that we can move on to that. And then save everything and put it towards our debt until we can save up for the down payment for a boat.
Which we're also looking into how to use our money once we're able to actually start saving from moving into an RV and not paying nearly as much in rent and living expenses in general. Once we do that, what's the best thing? And once we get our debt paid down, which we've realized is certainly number one. But after that, what's the best thing to do with our money in the couple of years that we're going to be still tethered here? While
our daughter's in high school, she's going to be in one spot, But once we're done there, we want to start moving around in that RV
regularly.
Regularly, and then after that, we'd like to start moving towards the water, and after that, we'd like to know the rest of the world via ports, in warm waters mostly. All around
I still want to go to Amsterdam, but we can do that when it's not freezing.
You know, even France. Michigan, like Michigan's like a cold water port. I want to try that sail at one point. But it
just seems so cool that you can go. Oh yeah, probably just once. Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, there's so much we want to do. We want to show you how we do it. We want to show you that you can too. Hopefully, that's the end goal here. And then we want to show you all the places we go. Because we've enjoyed so much watching that from our friends.
I would say that is the plan. Yeah. The plan is to show you how we go from debt to dream.
Or, desk to departure.
Yeah, how you quit your day job and travel the world.
Right.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
If you want to see more about our plan, you can see it at
all the social medias. So we're going Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
Wow. We have that one?
I think. If not, I will.
There's YouTube, of course. But you can also just go to leave.today.
Yeah. That's where we blog about our travel and our financing the dream, and that's where we're keeping everything.
And for more details and a much more background information on like how we're doing everything we're doing, you can see stuff on our Patreon feed, and that's available for patrons only. But it's not hard to be a patron. It's really easy, and it helps support us. Moving towards focusing just on this. And documenting it and putting it out for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We hope to see you guys there. Yeah. And for you guys who are already there, we'll see you soon.